Hey guys, Clumsy here. Does that work? 1 second. I'm still not used to my new, semi-new setup position. Can you have a look at that? Yes, okay. You should see me, right? I think. And you should hear me. How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining. Couple of early birds. Thank you for making it early, even earlier than I did. I think Jay was here, but I didn't have my chat open yet. Jay's probably here lurking. Thanks, Jay. Namaste, how are you, Scotsman? First ever first? Arias and San Simiano. Thank you for making it. I know it's very late there where you guys are. For San Simiano, I think it's a bit earlier, 1 hour earlier because of the DST shift this week in Western Europe, is it? Tom, how are you? We'll try to do your flight today. Not sure how close I can get, but we'll try to do as close as possible. Hey, Patrick. Were you in Jack's stream? Sorry, couldn't join. Deso, indeed. First time ever catch live stream. First time you caught me as early as this, I think. No worries, Tom. Hey, Flipstar. Thanks for joining. Jet this week, indeed. Yes, I have been practicing with the CJ4, although maybe I shouldn't have said that. That might raise the expectations. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. For Europe folks, CET shifted 1 hour earlier. 1 hour back, fall back, spring forward, right? Yeah, so you moved your clocks 1 hour earlier. And for the US, I think that will happen only this coming Sunday. So not yet for US folks. Doing good, Jay. I am super excited. I will share things soon. I have some cool stuff planned for the channel. Hopefully it all falls through. But I'll keep you guys posted for sure. And for sure, patrons, subs, you get the first dibs on the news. Keep your fingers crossed. You'll have to remember to be ready at 7 p.m. Yes, exactly. That's going to be. Singapore reset their clocks yet. No such thing, thankfully. Otherwise, I would be too confused. Alright, so I think, where was it? Yeah, from Greenville, Spartanburg to St. Louis. I'm not sure we'll find the exact, I don't think I found an exact airport, the St. Louis Lambert International Airport. I did find something originating from Greenville, so that's the exact airport that you requested for. But the destination airport is in the same city in, what's the city name? Louisville? Louisville? How do you pronounce it? It's in the same city, but I think it's like the regional airport rather than this international one. But they should just be like few miles apart from each other. So we can do that flight because this is in OnAir, so this is in career mode. And then we can just fly there on our own, just sightseeing around the city. That would work. So the cool stuff. It for bits. Oh yes, that's one more cool stuff. That's not the one I was talking about, but yes, that's a good catch, Jay. So if you guys have bits to spare, you should now be able to cheer with sound. I'm not sure how it works really. Twitch just notified me when I was fiddling through the channel. Yeah. Also, you might notice that the channel points redemption, the prices for choosing a destination and choosing a plane have significantly increased. So I set it low initially to weigh if that is accessible to people, and I think it has been because people have been requesting left and right, which is great. But I think it might be a bit too much. So I increased it so that we can pace ourselves a little. We'll see how it works. St. Louis, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to join chat. Quite a fun group today. Thanks for joining, everybody. Oh, that's great, Deso. Yeah. Have you guys seen the Clumsy livery yet for the TBM? Let me show you. This one is done by DT Fang. I absolutely love it. Where is it? So the TBM, and then the livery, the Clumsy livery. You can download this, !mods, and just switch to the FS 2020 tab, and there should be the Clumsy livery by DT Fang. I think he's also planning on a CJ4 next, but I'm more than happy if you guys are interested. There you go, Clumsy livery. I showed that in yesterday's video. Absolutely beautiful. And for me specifically, there's that Captain Clumsy note on the door. I think he made that just for me. So the link you have when you download the livery doesn't have that. Like a special edition. Nothing major, but it's a nice touch. But yeah, for today we will be flying with the CJ4. Okay. So Working Title Group has released 0.6.0. It's the CJ4 mod, which adds so many realistic details to the plane. We have tested that a bit the last few streams, but they've stepped it up even more. And yes, we'll see how it goes. They also released some additional reference guides, like a full-blown 2-hour video showing how to fly the plane. I tried to study it a bit to learn about the different buttons, the different behaviors. They even have a standard operating procedure, a temporary document, which teaches the basic stuff like normal climb speeds, safe flap extension speeds, and all that stuff. So very, very detailed. It really helps me. But yeah, at the end of it all, we still need practice. Practice, practice, practice. I'm at 113 hours now. Absolutely loving this sim, despite its bugs. And speaking of bugs, where's the camera? Here. Speaking of bugs, I am very thankful, relieved that the patch didn't push through today. It should be patch day today, but we were saved from that, I think. Otherwise, I would not be able to fly this. I doubt it. Because yeah, normally every patch, there are some good things, but there are some bad things that come out from it as well. And I was not ready to deal with that yet, especially right on the day of the stream. So this one would be the flight, I think. To ever fly the 737, we did before in X-Plane. There's actually no 737 in Flight Sim 2020. Probably they'll make it when the 737 MAX is certified and is flying, has been flying and has regained the confidence from the passengers. Let me see if I missed any message. No, I think we're good. Autopilot bug where you crash into the ground. Yikes. Okay, so here is the flight plan for a warm-up. So I'll try to get used to the flight, to the plane first. We'll do a short flight, only 101 nautical miles. This will make us go to Greenville, the starting point from Tom's job. And then we will be going to St. Louis from there. And we'll probably get on VATSIM on that second leg. But here, I want to get used to the plane. So that's my excuse. You know, I can come up with so many excuses to not go into VATSIM. Or do you want me to get into VATSIM already right now? And you want to see me blinking my eyes like crazy again because I'm nervous? Is that something that is enjoyable? Alright, in terms of the winds, 120, not very good either way. It's not like we have many options, but I think we can go with this parking. There we go. Should be good. Michelin 4. Oh, I picked the wrong one. So this is a small tip. If you're loading a flight plan, don't ever click on the parking positions through the dot. Just look at which number you want and then use the drop down so that the existing flight plan you set will not be overwritten. There you go. So that I think looks good. We might have to remove that Michelin 2 arrival later on, but we'll see how it goes. just play it by ear. Alright, in terms of the flight, so here is OnAir. And for those who haven't caught up yet, we actually have our own virtual airline now. If you are in the Thunder world, you are more than welcome to join. The VA is called Clumsy Airlines. Company code is Clums with an S at the end. And join the Discord, !Discord, so that you can interact and request your own plane, request the jobs you want. It's cool. Let me show you the VA. Let's go and manage it. Yar, Jack! I'm early indeed. My goodness, 1 hour earlier, right? My colleague just told me yesterday, or Monday, he pinged me and was like, are you sure you're going to be able to make a 2-hour call? Because apparently for me, everything is 1 hour later. So, like, oh, crap. Good thing he told me. I didn't know it was TST shifting again. Who was that who was flying, Tom? 2021, sure thing, when you get the new PC. Hey, Mechanical Madness UK. Thank you for the follow and thanks for joining chat. Yeah, we all learn these small tricks as we fly in the sim, huh? Yes, like in that accidental zooming thing, if you guys watched the video yesterday. That was very helpful. What was his name? Petri? Oh, sorry, I'm very bad with names. A commenter just gave me that quick tip and I could not help but share it with everyone. Because it's very simple once you know it, but normally you wouldn't think of it. Hey Bryce, landing in Madrid, Spain. Enjoy. Stay safe, Big J. That's great, man. Glad you made it to Twitch as well. Hopefully the timing is not so inconvenient for you. So here is the virtual airline, guys. When there is this green bar, that means we're in management mode for Clumsy Airline for the VA. And you can see it's quite misleading. Sorry about the naming. My own company is Clum, so that's 4 letters. The VA is Clums with an S, that's 5 letters. I should have been more creative, but at that point when I was doing this, I was all out of creative juices, so this is what we got. Anyway, so we have a couple of guys here. If you go to the operations, a couple of shareholders already. So I have 100k in, others have 50k. Others are proposing 50k as well, but I cannot accept it because they don't have enough money yet. So I think you can propose to be a shareholder, give it how much you want, but at the end of the day, you should have enough money for me to accept it. So I'll keep on checking those and I'll just pull them in. So the concept here is the shareholder should get like 10% of the profits. Not that we have much profits right now, but we do have a lot of people here. I actually made my own spreadsheet already to keep track of everyone, like their airline code, their nickname, the plane they're flying, where they're flying from, how much shares they have in the company. So I have a spreadsheet going in there. It's getting pretty intense. Anyway, let's show how the company is doing. If you go look at the income statement, oh, it's doing better. So if you look at this is not including the shareholders, the equities from the shareholders. This is just plainly from the revenues, so the income from the jobs. So we earned in total this week, since the start of the VA, 200k. We spent 183k from all the renting and all the renting. Is that including the bond? That includes the bond. That's actually pretty good. So we earned 20k. So if you get 10% of 20k, that's 2k. So the 2k will be split amongst the different shareholders depending on how much percentage they have. So like 29% of 2k, 14% of 2k. So it's going to be very, very small for now. But moving forward, that will improve, right? But anyway, so we have rented a couple of planes already. This is mostly a 1:1, except for me because I'm cheater. I have a TBM and a CJ4 assigned to me. And then you can take jobs If you are a manager, you can take jobs. Now, how we set this up, if you are a patron, a class 3 patron or an up, or a Twitch subscriber, you should have access to being a manager. And that means you can take your own jobs, you can rent your own plane within reason, so you have more freedom. Because normally, you would not be able to rent any plane you like, you wouldn't be able to take any job you like. So that one will have to coordinate via Discord. But if you're a manager, you have more access to it. It's just one of the perks I thought of, so you guys have a bit more flexibility. And I wouldn't have to do everything myself. So at the end of the day, it's more of a selfish thing. Nah. Alright, so let's fly this. So the CJ4, we have a job. So when flying, when actually doing the flight, we need to go back to the personal company, and that's where we fly. The UI is not the best. But let's see. Hey, recovery! We are flying somewhere in the US. I'm not sure exactly where somewhere in North Carolina, probably near Atlanta. How are you, Ada? Glad you made it. How's your day been? Thanks for still being up. Fired. 55.80. Ooh. There you go. So we are now in our personal account. If you look here, because these two planes were assigned to me, these are originally owned or rented by the VA. You can see it by the green highlight, but I have access to them, so I can fly them however I want. So we can prepare the flight here. Let me also load this up. 8:18 a.m. Something like that should work. Alright, fly. It's a fairly short flight for a CJ4. Might not earn anything from here. Oh, and I forgot to set the weight balance, because it might not like this in terms of center of gravity. Well, we'll see. So once I set the weight, the plane might go like that. Might be tail heavy, but we'll see how it looks, because we are carrying 2,090 pounds of cargo, which I think might be wrong, because the empty weight is 10,280. And from the video I'm watching from the working title group, they're telling that the max zero fuel weight is 12,000. That means only have space for 1,720 in terms of cargo and passengers. So might not be realistic actually. And we'll probably see that happening later on. Okay, so 1,045, let's do this. Wow, where are we? Good question. So let's adjust the weight first. So we had 190 here, 0 there, and then the baggage we had 1,045. Uh, 45. Okay, the plane didn't sit on its tail, so that's good. All right. Worked 2 jobs today, got paid around 100 quid. That's the life. That's usually how it goes. That's true. Very true. Hey, Xarkias, glad you made it, man. How have you been? Let me adjust my face here a bit. Okay. Now I should not forget to start the trip. Do we have fuel here? We do have fuel. Do I need it? How far is the flight? 400. 100 miles is the distance from for our trip. 118. And this one is 407, it says. I think that's more than enough leeway. Let's leave that as is. Okay. And then let me see. Let's load it up here. Hey, thanks for the bits, Xarkias. If anyone is planning to do some cheering, you can try out the new sound buttons. I think when you cheer, you can play some sounds in the stream. At least that's the concept. Not really sure how it works. Just bought a gangster movie. Sure thing, Xarkias, no problem. Enjoy. Let's load that up. So that's the flight for today. We do have a chart here. An airport diagram. That should be more than enough to start things off. Yeah, that's us. Pretty interesting. 10,000 foot runway, but there are no lights, at least not in this sim. I landed here a while ago, like 7 a.m. It was before sunrise, so it was pitch black. I had absolutely no visibility of the runway. I just winged it. I landed somehow remotely on the side of the runway. That's why we're here. So yeah, not a smooth start, but we'll see. Okay. Anything you need to take care of? No, let's practice first. Let's practice this first. Alright, let's put this in. Kilo Golf Sierra Papa. We are somewhere to the southeast of Greenville. So if you show you the flight plan, that's how it is. Here we are on the southeast side, the lower right side. We'll make our way northwest to the airport, the starting point. In here you see these like veins. This is the wind indication actually. So Little Navmap is so cool. It detects how high you will be at that point, and it gets your altitude at that point, and then it gets the winds aloft in that area. So this means like there will be 20 knot wind coming from the southwest. Same with here. Actually, basically everywhere. So we'll get maybe a little bit of tailwind. Will we? I think so, yeah. Just a minuscule amount. Okay. So the winds are currently 114 at 5. So I think we'll have to change the runway. We'll see. Tax collector. Ooh. Is that in Netflix? Airport charts is from Navigraph. Welcome to the stream, Darth Moots. Navigraph subscription is super useful. Well worth it. So let's turn on the batteries, go on dispatch mode, turn on the beacon and nav lights, acknowledge the warnings. Oh, it's not yet happening.
Oral warning, okay.
There we go. Program this in. So pause init, it detects that that's our airport, copy that in here. So the programming of the FMS is fairly similar with the 737.
System test. Okay.
Flight plan, it's also already been plugged in, but we have to specify which runway we'll be taking off from. And for us, that is... Oh, let's have a look at the chart again. Runway 6. Yeah, I think runway 6 is the best. Not really that significant, but it's better. So runway 6, execute. Departure arrival. I don't think that's working. Let's remove that. Instead, I'll do an ILS 22 with a race transition. That's how we set it in the flight plan, at least. If that will really be how it is, we will see. Okay. Perf init. Cruise level, flight level 120. Yes, exactly. Now the zero fuel weight. This is where it will be having a problem. how do we set that? So it's 2 to 80 total payload. So it's 10 to 80 plus 2 to 80 is the zero fuel weight. So that's 12,560. But the plane is actually, from the video I've seen, it's only supporting until 12,000 pounds of zero fuel weight. So you'll see that that becomes yellow because normally that shouldn't be possible, or that shouldn't be how you set it up, but we'll follow OnAir on this one. So the winds, outside temperature is this one, 16. And the QNH will adjust that later. So let's start the plane up first. Thanks, Tom. So starting up the plane with this one is pretty basic apparently. Literally just starting this one and then immediately just running it. Initially I thought you would have to do like that, wait for N2 to go to 20% like in the 737. But based on what the working title group has been saying, the plane is very automated, has FADEC and everything, which manages the engine. So it's very foolproof. You just start the ignition, the starter, and yeah, set it up. Very, very idiot proof. So quite nice for me. Also, you might notice the text is a lot more readable now. I'm not sure if in your end it's also readable, but with the 0.6 update, that has been changed to become more legible even from afar like this. It's super crisp now from my view at least. Engine 2, starter cutoff, so looks good. Start engine 1. Good. Let's wait for that. It's quite quiet though, isn't it? Which is actually accurate, I guess. They do say that these jets are a lot quieter, especially compared to the turboprops. Really luxurious feel. 96 nautical miles, yes. It will be, for us it's going to be 118 because we'll do an approach and we'll have to like circle back a bit, but mostly it's the same. It's true. Good catch. Also, I've been learning a bit about the different buttons, so I am a bit more familiar with them now, but still be careful. Alright, we have 2 good engines. That looks good. So from here, we can set the climate control to normal, set the avionics to on, decrease the fan so it's not that noisy. Source should always be normal, they say. And then with that in mind, we can set the altimeter 3018, and 3018, if we go to the performance takeoff, that should be automatically plugged in there. So that looks good. And now we have the V speeds. V speeds, so V1 102, rotate at 103 knots, V2 is 115, VT is 140. That's okay. Maximum takeoff weight is 17,000, so we should be good there. And here it's saying that the runway is 9,996 feet in length, and our takeoff flight, I'm not sure what, but it's like the takeoff roll, the time it takes when you start your takeoff until when you get 35 feet above ground. So basically takeoff roll plus something, I guess. 2,000 only is what we'll need for the runway. So pretty good there. Right. So let's set up the rest of the stuff here. We are planning to climb to 12,000 feet. So let's plug that in here. 12,000 is fairly a short flight. And then the heading for the runway is 061, so let's also adjust that here. I do love these knobs, these sounds. That's why I like fiddling with this as much as possible instead of using my yoke to adjust these settings. Right, so let's turn on the flight director. We will go heading mode. And then they said that the best climb speed for this plane is 240. So we'll go flight level change, 240. So we're basically setting up the autopilot now so that when we get on the air, it's just a matter of activating it instead of doing all this while you're airborne and doing all the manual hand flying stuff. So as little workload as possible when you're on the air, which is very, very advisable. Okay, looks good. What else do we need here? Taxi lights. We'll need that. Aside from that, I think we're good. Knob sounds. Oh yes, hey Sparkso. Okay, so now I'll have to traverse through the airport. It's a bit of a long taxi, so might as well get started. Let's release the parking brake. How is the blinker sound in the air horn? It's actually quite interesting. This taxiway, quote unquote, that we are going through here is actually a runway, a very small runway, like a very assault strip. What is that? Military thing maybe? But yeah, it's like as small as a taxiway. So I guess that means we have to turn on our strobes. So we're crossing through here. Clear right, clear left. Ah, I forgot to start tracking.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
The thing is, if you don't press start immediately, OnAir will detect it, but look at this. It will give me a penalty. Yeah, because it will say I started the engine with the beacon off, or I don't know, whatever excuse it finds. So always have to start tracking first before you start the engine. Otherwise you don't get the bonus. I hate that. Another thing to remember. Where in the world are we? Somewhere in the US. Colombia. With a U. Pretty close there. Here's the map. South Carolina, apparently. Alright, just keep on going here. Look at the chart. Yeah, should be pretty straightforward. Going faster than usual. That's fine, no one's looking. Hey, down. Glad you made it, man. What is the cargo today? Actually, I didn't check. That's a good question. 2,000 pounds of something. Chemicals. Scary. I just finished my check ride on this plane yesterday, guys, and to be honest, I'm not sure how I passed. And when check ride, I'm talking virtually, okay? Just to be clear, some people might assume I'm a real pilot. I don't think that can happen, but you never know. So yeah, there is a check ride in OnAir when you're flying a new plane, a new type of plane. First time I'm flying a jet in OnAir, the career mode. You have to do a check ride. Oh my goodness, it was challenging. Even with autopilot, it was super challenging because the instructions were coming left and right, and there was no pause in between, and I was not familiar with the plane. So yeah. At the end of it all, I'm not sure how I passed, but they passed me. Probably pitied me or something. Set flaps for takeoff. Flaps 15 indicating. Let's go and turn on our landing lights. Let's go and turn on our pitot and static heaters. Let's go and turn on the TCAS, the ARA mode. Alright. And then let's start the timer as we make our turn here, because we will be going full toga here, takeoff on our thrust, and this plane can only handle to be on the takeoff level for 5 minutes. So we have to be very wary of that. Otherwise, it will be too taxing on the engines. Where's the runway? Here. Okay, good. Alright, here we go. Starting the timer. Let's do this. Take off. Wind is coming from the right, so I'll do a little bit of aileron deflection. Try to maintain center line. Airspeed's alive. Oh my goodness, look how fast that accelerates, guys. V1. Rotate. That is super fast, my goodness.
Airborne time log.
Okay. Positive rate, gear up. V2 plus 10. Flaps up. Go back to climb detent, which is around 95% N1. Enable the yaw damper. That looks good. 240 knots is our ideal rate of climb. So I'm going to pitch for that. I'm going to start turning to the left. That is beautiful. A bit of low cloud cover in here. We'll turn on autopilot in a bit. 1 second. We just adjust the heading here. Now the thing is, I should not go beyond 250 knots. So let's go to autopilot mode. There we go. Does that look good? That was fluid actually, nice. Let's go to nav mode so we can intercept that magenta line. And now the plane is being flown automatically. Cool stuff. Climb detent. All good here. Right. Watch Dogs Legion, is that new? Let's have a look at the plane. Oh my goodness. November 8757 Victor. That's the tail number of this plane. Clumsy Airlines' first private jet. Man, that looks great. Take a photo. Beautiful. Emil. Thanks for joining, man. Bernoulli's Principle. Why does that sound familiar? What is that? Okay, I can let go of the note now. Good. Connection closed. We are applying the Citation CJ4. Zoom out a bit here. Yeah, it's a fairly short flight. Goodness. We'll have to fiddle around with it in a bit. Turn that down a bit. So is that looking consistent with what I have? Let me just double check. Ready. Patron. Can do a flight plan, a legs page check here. We've gone beyond 10,000 feet. I have to remember to turn off landing lights. Otherwise, if I don't do that beyond 12,000 feet, OnAir will penalize me as well. So lots of penalties in OnAir, but it's good. So you never are complacent and you follow all the proper procedures as much as possible. Right, Sansimiano, have a good night, man. Catch you on the Discord. Thanks for making it. It's very late there, I understand. Beautiful. There's 12,000 feet. And now, because we are actually beyond 10,000 feet, I should actually not be scared to go beyond 250 knots anymore. There we go. That's the advantage. But we don't need to rush it because we have plenty of things to do. So let's study this. How do you do that? Is it possible to go step by step here? I'm not sure if that's implemented yet. You know, like you do leg per leg. I'll just compare it. Physic, ready, Patron, lineman. There is no lineman. There is race. Yeah, that's a bit tricky. It's not exactly as how I have it in the flight plan. So if I show you this one, so we are headed for physic, and then next is ready, and then Patron, and then supposedly the next one is Royce here because I want to do the procedure turn. But here in the flight plan, it's actually detecting lineman, which is the final approach fix. So I think what we'll do, after we cross Patron, we'll do heading, we'll do vectors to go direct to Lice. Unless I can, or Rice rather, unless I can somehow, I don't know if I can do that. If I can somehow plug that in here, which I'm scared to do. They did acknowledge, the working title group did acknowledge that the flight planning part is not yet completely stable. There are some FS 2020 bugs in there still. Usually fly at night, but with an offset of 12 hours, so you can see. Yeah, same here. Yeah, exactly. Right now it's 8:43 p.m. where we are flying in, but I have a 12-hour offset. Oh my goodness, look how fast we're going, guys. 293 knots indicated. Ground speed is 337. That's with a bit of headwind as well. Where's the true airspeed? True airspeed is 346. Yeah, yikes. Pull back on the throttle a bit. You don't need to go that fast. Helps you remember to start the on-air tracking right away. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. If I start with live weather in the sim, then I would know that something's wrong. And then I start on air. That's a good tip. Yes. I have to remember that. Thanks. Okay, so far so good here. I think we are okay. Actually, could have climbed higher. Like, we could have climbed much higher for this trip. Hey, Raggy. How are you doing, man? Doing good, doing good. There's another Q&A episode coming out later. Does this plane have a descent marker? Oh yeah, I wish it had. Like the Boeing banana. I like that name. It doesn't yet. I think in real life it does, but not yet. No worries, Raggy. Congrats. It's fun, isn't it? Making your own logo and stuff. Cool. So while that's happening, while we're waiting for this thing, man, it's very quiet, huh? The engines. I was more used to the constant hum of the TBM. It feels like something wrong at this rate. Right, so let's go and look at the chart. What we want is the ILS-22 with a race transition. So we'll pin that. So what I want to do is go direct race, and then we'll do some kind of procedure turn I really like these procedure turns because it's a good practice for like how to do a holding pattern. So I like to practice that as much as possible. And then I'll have to plug in some VORs, some ILS, so we can have additional guidance. So I can actually start tracking Spartanburg VOR 115.7. If we go to tune page, I guess that's nav1 here. And of course I forgot about it already. What's the name? 115.7. Put that in nav1. And the same with nav2. Does it work with nav2? I'm not so sure. There you go. Hey, thanks for the raid, Raggy. Appreciate it. Pixel sizing. Oh yeah, I hate that. When I just resize it using my image editor, the quality was very bad. Thanks, Tom. FMC looks super intimidating. It is very similar to a 737. That's why I like this plane, because it's, I think, the best thing we can have for now, as close as possible to we can get with in FS 2020 to an airliner with proper functioning systems. So I really like this. It's like the perfect balance between airliner and GA. Oh, I forgot something.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you. May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Definitely OnAir is what I prefer more, especially because of this virtual airline capability. It's so immersive, flying with people and planning jobs together, and all the different sorts of immersion we can do. Have a free buffet. No such thing. Oh my goodness, look at those. Look at that lighting, right? It would be great if we could get a Clumsy livery with this. The CJ4. As luxurious as it gets. Beautiful. My goodness. Yeah, the lighting is something I still cannot get over. It is the most realistic lighting I've seen ever. Right, so I tuned in the VOR. Now, how do we show it? Let's fiddle around with this a bit. Nav source, bearing source. Pointer 1. So we can say point to VOR 1. Ah, it works. And bearing pointer 2, we can say pointer VOR 2. Good. That works. Okay, so that's the additional guidance I'm looking for. We can clear that here. Oh, the estimated time. I forgot to reset it. So the VOR is that way. 43 miles away. And that will be useful because that's actually going to be our missed approach holding point. So if you look at the chart here, if we do a missed approach, maybe we should practice that, huh? We climb, this one is saying this is the missed approach procedure. So this is saying climb direct, climb straight out to 2,000 feet, and then once you reach 2,000 feet, turn left to 3,000 feet, direct Spartanburg VOR. So that's why this is the diagram. So climb straight to 2,000, turn left, direct to Spartanburg, up to 3,000 feet. easy enough to understand. I doubt I can remember that when things get hectic. When you really need to go around, I doubt that I will remember what I need to do. Normally, this missed approach part is also in the flight plan, but in Flight Sim 2020, they don't include any of the missed approaches yet. I think they're expecting somehow that there is no need to do so. That's true. Buffet on a flight might be a bit challenging. Okay, so top of descent. I'd like to descend earlier, just to be on the safe side. So what I do when we descend is I go VS in here, just to maintain my altitude, because there is a bug. I think it's a bug, but I'm not really sure. Like if I go to altitude hold here at 12,000 and I say descend, look, it's starting to descend already. I don't know of any plane that does that. Normally when you're on altitude hold, you change the altitude selected. It shouldn't descend immediately. So the workaround I have for that is to go to VS mode, so it keeps you level, and then change the altitude selected. So for us, that's going to be 3,000 feet, was it? Let me double check that on the chart. So the approach point, manage descent. Yeah, but in this case, it always happens. One sec, I'll get back to you guys in a bit. Yeah, race should be 3,000. Okay, so let's do 3,000. Okay, let's start descending. So for a 3-degree descent, it should be our airspeed divided by 5. So that's airspeed like times airspeed divided by 10 divide. Oh, airspeed times 10 divided by 2, something like that, I think. So if we are descending at, let's slow it down, let's say 240 knots or 230, okay, let's say 240 knots, we should be descending at 1,200 feet per minute. Is the 3-degree slope, I think. There you go. Alright, so we're here at Patron. I want to go straight to direct to race. So I'll go to heading mode here. Check, guys, I'll check. So here's the map. Here we are currently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a right click here, measure distance, and then go race like that. And that says it's a 13-degree magnetic heading. So I'm going to put my heading at 13 degrees. That should land us roughly around race for some manual oh crap. Yeah, at the end of it all, I missed the landing lights again. See, OnAir doesn't really baby you. So we have all these checks to really do it properly. Graphics mods. On this one, no. This is the default. The default graphics. High-end preset. It's really that good. Anywhere on the FMC for descent speed. I don't think there is managed speed yet. There is no VNav yet implemented. Unreal Weather is not a graphic mod, and I'm not using it at the moment. I use it from time to time, but in this particular instance, we're not. Nowadays you descend to 11,000 and turn the landing lights on and then continue descent. That's a good catch. Yeah, that's a good tip, Zarf. Really stopping the descent there, huh? Thanks for joining the stream, by the way. Alright, so let's have a look where we are. Let's see. Let me also plug in the ILS frequency 110.7. Nav 1. That should capture the localizer. India Lima Mike Juliet. Yes, that's the same identifier as the ILS, so we do have that properly tuned in. Good. Now where the heck is my plane? Okay, we'll see it in a bit. I'm not using Unreal Weather. I'm using live weather. Default live weather. Right now at least. I switch from time to time depending on how accurate the default live weather is. There it is. So we are headed straight for race. And from here, so we have to plan how we do this. So it's a left turn on the holding pattern. So the procedure turn will use our left finger, our left thumb. We'll cover the area here. So we'll cover that with our thumb where my mouse is. And we'll draw a line from there. And the outbound course for this is what? 038. 038 is on this right quadrant. I know it's very hard to imagine, but I'm just trying to understand what kind of entry we'll be doing, and it looks like it's going to be a parallel entry. So a parallel entry, looks like I have to adjust my heading as well. A parallel entry is we'll be heading 038, we'll be tracking 038 after we cross race. We'll track 038 for 1 minute. Let's see. Yeah, it does say here 1 minute hold. So 1 minute leg, and then we'll turn to intercept the localizer. Turn to the right to intercept the localizer. Very roughly speaking, that's how it should go. We'll see. Not working for you, Geek Squad. I basically just enable track IR before I start flight sim, and it works from there. You might have to update your track IR. It has like a list of games. When you open track IR, there is an update on the upper right button, upper right section. Should be there. Okay, so I'll put this here for now just so I can continue keeping track of it. Yeah, exactly what Sarf said. Alright, let's get the local altimeter here. Looks good. Just adjusting a bit. It's a bit manual because the waypoint is missing, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, but that's fine, we can make this work. So once I cross race, I turn to the right, heading 038. And then once we are level, we'll start the timer for 1 minute. And I'll slow down to maybe 200 knots. So that's okay. Update the games within track IR. Fell behind your desk. Oh my goodness. Until you move. It's a black hole. Alright, start the timer here, 1 minute. And then we'll do our procedure turn. I think I had to turn a bit earlier, so we are headed that way now, but I overshot it a bit. But that's fine. So we'll go on this direction 1 minute, and then we'll do a turn to turn right to join the localizer, to intercept the localizer. Something along those lines. So we're at 3,000 feet now, that's good. We're also slowing down to 200 knots. That's good, because the first notch of flaps for this plane, as well as the landing gear, the safe speeds are 200 knots. How's the timer doing? 50 seconds. Okay, almost there. Good. Yeah, that looks good. So let's start our right turn. Probably 238 heading would be a good start. Man, that is beautiful. By the way, I turned off my, what do you call it, rolling cache. I've been reading on the forums and there are people reporting problems with it in terms of stutters, slowdowns. Actually, I think that's 248. So I decided to not use that at all. Right, also I'm going to switch nav modes. We're going to use the localizer now. And now I can go to heading mode, nav mode rather, so that the plane will follow the localizer. Yes. That should be how it is. We'll see if that works. It does seem like it's working. High-end settings, yes. The high-end preset is what I'm using. Nice. Okay, so we've done that procedure turn and we are crossing race again. There you go. So now we are on the right direction towards the runway. I really like practicing this because I have a lot to learn there. So now we continue on. After we cross race, we descend to 2,300 feet. And Lyman is going to be the final approach fix, where we should capture the glide slope. So from here, I should be able to start first notch of flaps. There's the runway you see in front of us. It's actually pretty clear weather, so we could have done a visual approach, but it's really nice to practice these instrument approaches. Proves very handy, especially these days. The weather has not been very good here in this area. Lots of almost zero visibility. How does the airport look? That's a good question. Because I'm not sure where we should be moving out from the runway from. We'll be turning left wherever there is a slot. Okay, that's good enough. Right, so that's race. So now we go VS mode, 2-3, start our descent. There you go. And yeah, the range to altitude, the Boeing banana here would have been so useful. You have yours on low and get 20 FPS. Yeah, that works. Alternate options to work. Looks good so far. Approach is stable because autopilot is still on. Right, reaching 2,300, which is good. That's the altitude we will be staying in until we capture the glide slope. So I'm expecting this magenta diamond here, well, rectangle right now, should, there we go, start going closer to the middle. And when that diamond is one dot away, we will deploy our landing gears. There you go. Extend the landing gear. Arm the approach as well. And once we're below 160 knots, it should be safe to deploy full flaps. There we go. And the glide slope is captured. Perfect. And what I missed is crap. I forgot to... Yeah, this is one thing you need to do in addition. Might be a bit late for this. 187.5. So the air temperature is 18. QMH is 3015. Come on, hurry, hurry, send that. 118, okay, 118. There we go, we have our V speeds. A bit late to the party, but we'll get there. And the conditional, the minimums. Yay! Goodness, there you go. First use of the sounds, it works. At least for me. Goosebumps. Not the good kind. There we go. Minimums are at 1164. I was not able to set that properly. But that should be okay. Alright, from here on we should be able to do this on our own. Autopilot off, yaw damper off.
500.
500. 118 knots is the approach speed, so we should slow down a bit more. Looking good. Semi-stable-ish. They're a bit low. Oh my goodness, this is scary. We are a bit low. And I am a bit on the left. I think we can do it. Throttle down. Little bit of right rudder and just wait for it to land. Come on. Oh my goodness, it's floating like there's no tomorrow.
Landing time log.
There you go.
Landed at Kilo Golf Sierra Papa, Greenville Spartanburg INT.
He actually bounced. I thought that was going to butter it. But I think I flared a little bit too high. Deploy the ground spoilers. Help slow us down. This thing doesn't have reversers. Yeah, lots to learn with the landing, but we'll get there. There we are. High-speed taxiway, thank you. Flaps can go up. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. Just full concentration here. Imagine if you need to add VATSIM to the mix. At this point, I was not even able to talk to you guys anymore. How much more, huh? I think we'll need to practice a bit more. Well, I guess we can park here. Anonymous gifter. Thank you for this sub gift. The gift sub. It looks like you got a lot of emotes from there. Let's stop here. What the heck is happening with those trees? Someone didn't finish sculpting them. It was you? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Raggy. Ah, I see. So selected anonymous. Turn that off. Turn those off. Taxi lights can go off. Phew. Bit busy workload. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get used to it eventually. I forgot the safety belts as well. That should be okay. Stop the engines now.
Off time log. End of flight. Registered in OnAir company.
Phew. Let me see. Which messages did I miss? I missed plenty. You've been flying with your uncle in flight sim. It's fun to fly with other people, I can imagine. Actually, I don't think I've even done that yet. Oh, my schedule sucks. Spilled Pepsi all over the Little Navmap. That's okay. I think it's waterproof. It's still good. Yeah, it's still there. So what we did here was a bit unorthodox, I think. Yeah, I turned too late. Woo! How does that work? Can I not see that? So I don't even see a log of who does what? Ah, yeah, it's not in my activity feed. Cool though. Goodness, the it was... yeah, I almost let go of my controls when I heard it. So here, ideally we should have turned right earlier and then went on that. So it was a bit offset, but more or less that's how you do it, ideally. So this is the parallel entry. And then we landed somehow. Landed, I think, is a very loose term in this case. Alright, let's have a look at OnAir, what it did for us. We got 51%, well, 51 XP. RIP. Safety bonus not obtained. We got lots of problems with engine, the engine problems. In the beginning and landing lights were off. But in the end of the day, we still increased our reputation. So these are mainly bonuses. Yeah, and we didn't get that safety. That's fine. You're back at it. Refill. Thanks, man. Appreciate all the support. Good. Alright, so we're here. We can do the full flight. So I did find a job here already, I think. Let's plan this together. 8757 Victor. Do I have to restart the sim though? It would be safer to do so. But maybe we don't need to. What? Raggy, that's intense. Thanks, man. There you go. Who got it? Deso. Congrats on being a sub. Also, Tom. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Raggy. Appreciate that. Refill on the funds, huh? Okay. Look at the tiny little plane where the distance. Yeah, it's a Cessna 172. It does look pretty tiny compared to this one, huh? My goodness, this is a powerhouse. Okay, I did find a job here. I think... if we go heading, extend that fully. So the one that ideally Tom wanted was in St. Louis. Where is that here? I saw that a while ago. I think this one. Yeah? Is it this one? But the job I found was this one. So this goes to... oh, this is quite far, huh? Oh, there you go. That's one. Oh, this is different. It's St. Louis. There you go. It's the Bits raid. Thanks, man. Someone got the stimulus check. Alright, there you go. So the requested airport was this one, Lambert, St. Louis. But we're going here instead. To like a more regional airport on the outskirts of the city, looks like. And then from there, we can fly around the city if you don't want to tour around and cool down in the stream. We'll see how long it takes though. I'm not sure how long it would take. 932 pounds. 9250 income. I doubt we'll This is a very expensive plane. It's so hard to make money from here. It's not very economical. KCPS. Okay, so if we can find for some specific jobs going here, St. Louis downtown. Yeah, there's nothing else. Okay, so let's do that then. Thanks, man. Thanks for spending all your bits on me. Appreciate it. Alright, 190, 466, 466. We have some pretty cheap Jet A fuel here, thank goodness. Let's go and fuel up. Maybe up to 50% should be fine. Wait a minute, no, we need more. Because it is quite far, this one. 441 nautical miles actually. So yeah, we need a lot more. Can we do a full? No, we're beyond. You can go a bit lower there. Pretty close. So gross weight would be just enough. Yeah, I think we can do that. Just below the max gross weight. Fill up with fuel just so we're sure that we're not going to get any predicaments. Okay. Welcome back, Jay. No worries, Raggy. Right. Refueling and loading up the cargo. While that's happening, let's go and set up the flight plan. So let's see how this works. How does it look in the screen? I guess that should be okay. So let us reset this. And we start from Greenville, making our way to St. Louis downtown, Papa Sierra. There you go. It's going to last us wait a minute, let me get the merge. Let's merge the aircraft performance here because this is, I don't have the stats yet for this one, for this plane. So we will ignore that. Let's copy the climb rate. Cruise speed, why is that 0? That's weird. And ignore all of those. Okay. I think we have enough time to finish. I think so. Should be a pretty fast plane. Although we are headed west and I think the winds are against us. If you look at the winds aloft here. Oh, there is a problem again with the connection. We've lost the winds aloft. NOAA is having problems. Okay. Departure procedures. What is that? Vectors, I think. Yeah, those are vectors mostly. I think we'll skip that. Very bad weather in St. Louis though right now. IFR. We have overcast clouds at 900 feet. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see if we can manage. That probably means we'll need to do an ILS approach if there is something. 3-1 at 6 knots. Not very good in terms of the weather. We'll need an ILS. The only ILS is 3-0. Yeah, it's a bit crosswind, but I think we can do it. And then I'll need to choose what kind of approach it will be. 3-0. We can do this. Transition from here would be perfect. This VOR. Enel. Centralia. Looks good. So if we pick that, that will become part of the flight plan. And from there, we can calculate the rest of the way. Now the problem is, I'm not sure how high we should be at. Let me see, 1 second. Who crashed? So the CJ4 mod has an ongoing, let me show you. So if you go to the mods list and go to the link, there is an interim SOP document. So it has tips on the speeds, on the cruising altitude. So for us, we are in this range, 300 to 499, and ideally, typical cruise altitude is 30 to 39,000 feet. Okay, let's do that as reference. And since we're headed west, it should be an even number. So maybe let's plan for 38,000 feet. Something like that. Okay. 38,000. Hey Leonidas, thanks for joining. First time MSFS 2020. How are you? Request for a place to go to. Yeah, I think it's 30k points. Then we can schedule it for next stream if possible. Okay. Looks good. So from there, let's do this plan. Calculate. That would add all these waypoints. Perfect. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. That is a lot. We do have an airway though, that's good. So we don't have to type everything. And we can test out how this works with an airway like so. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's save it. I'll also save it as export it to FMS 11 because that will be compatible with Navigraph. And then in the sim, we'll have to load that manually. Alright, that looks good here. So 932 pounds is the weight. Alright, Raggy. No worries, man. Have a good night. Thanks for all the bits and the subs. My goodness. Thanks for all the support. Rest well. Okay. 1122 should be the total payload. So that's 190. 932 divided by 2. 466 on each side. That's the one I forgot. Bit lighter, but very heavy on fuel. Huh, it's interesting. It doesn't allow me. 17164, is that the same as in the sim? As in the calculations here? Fuel should be 851.4. Ah, okay, this is not 1:1. Well, we'll let it take care of the fuel. We will adjust that. The sim will adjust that automatically. Okay, start tracking. You can export straight to FS, yes, but I'll have to go out of the sim. Go to the main menu and I'll lose live weather. And I want to test the airway functionality here in the CJ4.
OK.
How do we reset this? Is there a way to reset it?
Pause system test. OK.
Maybe if we plug things in here, it will reset. There you go. Good. Okay. Now the destination is Kilo Charlie Papa Sierra. Okay. Departing. What was the runway movement from a while ago? I think we can do runway 04. The wind seems to have changed. Arrival would be an ILS. What did we pick? ILS 30 left. With the anneal transition. Yes. And if we go to flight plan. Okay, let's try plugging this in bit by bit. So let's put Xerxes. Yikes. Oh, that's the same. Okay, good. Next page. Victor X-ray Victor. VOR. And then we join the Juliet 46 Airway to Bravo November Alpha. Is that working? Oh my goodness. Which one are you? I have no idea. One sec. Okay, I have some coordinates here from Little Navmap. So it's the 36 8 13.07. I don't even know how to read this. 8641 north. Oh, this is north. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Feel free to follow Raggy. So how do you convert this, guys? So these are the coordinates from Little Navmap for this NDB. Bravo November Alpha, Nashville basically, VORTAC. 36A 13.07 N, 8641 5.17 west. It looks like it's this one. This 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one. That's the closest I can see at least. 36.8 and 86.41. Yeah, agrees Arf. Alright, let's go with that. Alright. And then we join the Quebec 19. I hope this is correctly being maintained by me. I'll see you later. Double check in the legs page, please. And then from there we have Uyadi. And we have Jinda. Yikes. Okay, this is the same. Okay, good. Where's Uyadi? Where did it go? No. Uyadi. There we go. Uyadi and Jinda. Execute. Okay, I think it changed now. So it converted converted everything to direct. I think that's a flight sim limitation right now, but ideally it should have all the legs of the airways that we skipped through. So let me double check. VXV, Rabo, PNA, Lajug, Tings, Denny, Bless, Uyadi, Jimda. It actually works. Nice. Cool. And then from there we start the procedure. So if you look at the legs page, VXV, Rabo, PNA, Lajog, Tings, Denny, Bless, Uyadi, Jimda, and then we have Ebope. It's wrong again. It seems to remove that enil. So what I can do maybe is do that workaround that I've been doing for the TBM and other planes, which is basically put in here the initial approach fix of the approach. Is it the VOR is what I need. So if I look at the legs page, I will have the Jimda and then the enil. I'm not sure what the user one is. I'm not sure if I can delete that, but we'll see. Okay, good. It was a dream. Good. So that looks good so far. And then perf init, let's take care of once we start the plane. So let's do the same thing. Should be pretty quick. Can you do a simultaneous load? Probably not, huh? That would be asking for too much. Tracking has started already? Okay, that's good. Perfect.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Thank you. If you look in Vatastic, actually a lot of people are online. Should we go for it? I think we should, and then if there's not enough time, we can just always log off. Okay. Yeah, that's great, man. Thank you. Starter cut off. Let's start the first engine. And then in Navigraph, let me load up that second flight. Okay. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to start the chat. It has been a bit silent the past few minutes. Quite heavy on the workload. So I have not been able to talk as much with the guys. Sorry about that. We'll catch up later. Thank you. So guys, should we go VATSIM or not? If you want it more chill, no VATSIM. If you want it more immersive but less interaction, we go VATSIM. Yep. 038 on the heading. VATSIM. Hey, Banger. Thanks for joining. VATSIM it is. Let me log in and let's file that flight plan. Not you. So Little Navmap has this feature where it just copies everything. You can copy the entire route and do mostly a copy paste from Little Navmap and paste that into VATSIM. Here we are. So So you need to connect first. So we are November 8757. I'm sure I typed that right. 757 Victor, and we are a CJ4. Cessna Citation CJ4. There you go. Connect. Thanks, Orf. Appreciate it. Yeah, until now, I'm still scared every time I start. So, you're not alone, man. Okay, let's file the flight plan. Kilo Golf Sierra Papa, paste that there. Charlie Sierra, paste that there. Oh, I put it in the wrong one. Actually, I'm not sure if we have VATSIM coverage. Most likely we do, because we should be near Atlanta, if not there exactly in that area. And there was VATSIM coverage there last time I checked. Let's say 0200 Zulu. Time and route, I have no idea actually. Probably 1 hour 30. Yeah, let's put that in. Cruise speed, I'm not sure. I'll put it at 450 knots. Cruising altitude will be 38,000 feet. Yes. Alternate airport. What is the alternate? Kilo Papa Charlie Delta. So let us remove that part. Xerxes, Vixby, Jimda. Yes. Okay. Good. Beginner daytime FS 2020 avionics. Good. Sounds good. Alright. So we have, in terms of empty fuel weight, 932 pounds plus 190 is 1122 plus what, 10580 is the empty weight. So we have a zero fuel weight of 11702. Let me try and remember that. 11702. So for takeoff, 71. Outside air temperature is 18 still. 18. Oh no, I missed something. Perf init. There you go. That's what I missed. This one is 11702. And the cruising altitude should be flight level 380. There you go. Sense fuel is 5674, which is yes, accurate there. Good. So takeoff 71. Let's just plug those in again just to refresh it. I'm not sure if that's compatible. Okay. 04, okay. Takeoff weight is actually above the maximum takeoff weight. Maybe it's not going to be that important. We'll see. Famous last words. Injected the other planes in MSFS. It does, but I've never seen it actually. Watching the procedures for OnAir. Nice. Hey Sergeant, hope you find it useful. Let me know if you have questions. Have a good night, Raggy. Okay, so V speeds are copied. We are good there. Now we can tune into center. Actually, I'm not sure who is in here. V pilot. We have Atlanta center. But I want to double check that Atlanta center is the right one. So let's go in Vatastic here, the map. Let's go and look where we are, because when we file an airport, then we should see the airport come up. When we file a flight plan, we should see the airports, the origin and destination come up. That's us. Kilo Golf Sierra Papa. That's us. 8757 Victor. Yeah, perfect. So that's where we're coming from, Atlanta, within Atlanta. And we are going... Oh, Charlie Papa Sierra. Where do you guys think that is? Here, outside coverage. So we'll be switching one time to Memphis Center, but afterwards we'll need to exit that anyway. That's fine. Should be more than enough. Okay. So let me try and remember how to do this. Let's tune into center first. Center is 132.975. Put that in here and then switch.
D5, expect runway 18 center.
18 center for F55.
I also want to experiment how to switch to COM2 because I'll need that later.
American 1532, Lima Aerospace, Jacksonville Center closed.
I can turn off COM1, but COM2 is not coming on. Oh crap. Okay, so I think for now we're limited to COM1. That's fine. Gifted again. Thank you, Raggy. Congrats, Chamnik. Go to England or somewhere busy and you will. Oh yeah, that's true. I haven't gone into a Class B airport yet. Alright. So now I've run out of excuses. We really have to do this now. Nav lights. Let's see what they'll assign us. But I did file my flight plan already. You guys want the cheat sheet in here so you know what I'm typing? Let me zoom in a bit. Actually, I have a script, right? Let's do that. That will help me. That will, for those of you who are hesitating like me, having a script really helps. Yeah, so here we have Atlanta Center, citation 8757 Victor. Is that right? 8757? Yes. Okay. We are at South Cargo Ramp. Actually, does this airport have tower? It does have ground and tower. So I should just say at South Cargo Ramp, and there is no ATIS, so no information.
American 354 to Senator Phillips, 3 arrival, Charlotte landing south, the altimeter 3016.
I got scared hearing the controller's voice. He sounds so professional. Now we can do this. Greenville. Kilo Golf Sierra Papa.
Delta 3672, contact Atlanta approach 127.9. We'll see you.
Testing IFR clearance to St. Louis.
Charlie Bravo Golf 02, leaving my airspace. Memphis Center is closing. Radar service terminated. Change to advisor frequency is approved. Good night.
Changing to 122.8. Thanks for your help. Have a good night. Charlie Bravo Golf.
Okay, then we'll read how it looks.
American 354, expect runway 18 center. American 354, expect runway 18 center.
Hey, Forik. Flight Sim Wednesdays. That's now. And Truck Sim Fridays. Yeah, unfortunately, Farm Sim had to sit on the back burner a bit because I'm so enthralled with Flight Sim. And I want to really focus. Okay,
Air Transport 5145, contact Atlanta approach 127.9. Good night.
Hey Rohan, perfect timing. Just starting to get
Air Transport
into
5145. Good evening.
VATSIM. Atlanta Center, citation 8757 Victor.
Station 8757 Victor, Atlanta Center. Good evening. Clearance is on request. Standby.
Okay, cool. Didn't even have to request it. And then when they say standby like that, what I learned is you don't have to say standing by. You just keep quiet, and they'll get back to you when they're ready. That's what I learned, at least in the videos. So we'll see. Yeah, VATSIM. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Do you see VATSIM traffic? You should. Not in the radar, I think, but physically you should. Unfortunately, I don't think there is much traffic here in our actual airport. But one of these days, we'll try and land or depart from a Class Bravo airport like Atlanta. So we'll have a chance to see those different planes in action. Oh, yours don't work properly. How does it look so far? They don't appear at all, or they look weird? I think if they ever appear, they will be generic models. They're spawning in at my airport.
American 855, I hate to do this to you one more time on the squawk code. Squawk 2034.
Yeah, sorry about the sounds, guys. The sounds are hard to get modulated.
Atlanta Center, American 208 is ready to taxi to 18 left.
This is actually the weakest volume.
Back 208, contact Charlotte Ground. They just came online. And one. Standby.
Oh, in the move mic, sorry. Yeah, the monitor arm is a bit. The mic arm. It's a bit.
Reset your transponder, squawk 2034.
2034, sorry, I accidentally went back to my previous frequency. So you said 2034, right, for A55?
Yeah, it is really cool. It feels like the real thing when you're here. It's super scary, especially in the beginning. This is the scariest.
American 208, Charlotte Ground, she's coming up here about 5 seconds, 12149er.
There was crosstalk there. I understood nothing. Yeah, it sounds very authentic because the guys are very professional. Can't say the same about my voice, but yeah, we do what we can.
Station 8757 Victor, I have your clearance. Advise I'm ready to copy.
Citation 8757 Victor, ready to copy. My name is too long.
Station 8757 Victor, cleared to the St. Louis Downtown Airport. As filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 380 in 10 minutes. Squawk 2002.
Cleared to St. Louis Downtown as filed. Climb 5,000. Expect flight level 380 10 minutes after. Squawk 2002 for citation 8757 Victor.
Station 8757 Victor, read correct. Advise ready to taxi. Expect runway 22 for departure. Greer altimeter 3015.
Expecting runway 22 3015. Citation 8757 Victor. The name is too long. Okay, so it's 22, so I should...
County Air 1, Atlanta Center, you're loud and clear.
I should change that. So departure 22, execute, and I think the runway heading will be 218. So let's change that as well. Yeah. Hey,
County Air 1, what airport are you currently at, sir?
That's great to hear, Jamnik.
County Air 1, I'm at KXNO.
That is super great to hear. That's the goal.
County Air 1, for airport control service, Stand by.
I am
Actually,
at the
just give me
south
1 minute.
cargo. South cargo ramp here. Let me know if you're nearby so we can see each other, or we can try to see each other. The plane flies
County
okay.
Air 1, contact
Thanks
Atlanta
to
approach
the CJ4
on
mod.
125.7.
Without the mod, it's buggy. With the mod, it's super nice. So let me plug in the stuff first. Let me get on my notepad here before I forget. So we have been cleared up to 5,000 feet in the beginning. So let's plug that in. Squawk would be 2002.
Good evening, Atlanta Center. Delta
Put in
3897 is with
2002.
5 miles south of Dushi at flight
There you
level
go.
340.
Delta 3897, Atlanta Center, IDEN.
5,380, 10 minutes after. Looks good. Okay, I have no excuses anymore.
Ryanair
I have to speak
1334,
with-
leave my airspace, Washington Center
ATC.
closed, frequency change approved. Good night.
Let's go and get
Roger
some
that, Ryanair
VATSIM action.
1334. Have a good one.
Citation 8757 Victor, ready to taxi.
Station 57 Victor, runway 22, taxi via Lima.
Runway 22 via Lima. 7557 Victor. My name. Okay, let's do this.
And Atlanta Delta 1634, can you confirm Memphis Center is still on?
They are still on momentarily. They're going to be closing here in about. They are closing though. Sure. Actually, no, they're no longer online. He's deactivated the frequency, so you'll be going to advisory here shortly.
Getting better compared to the first video. That's
Roger,
great to
yeah,
hear, man.
just saw him get off, thanks.
Hope to get better little bit every day, bit by bit. Let me just verify.
Delta 3897, radar contact 15 miles southwest of the Alma VOR.
110, 111,
Clear
V1 and
direct
rotation speed.
to standby.
Yes,
Delta
these are
3897, clear
real
direct Cinco.
players.
Clear direct
That's the
Cinco,
beauty of
38.
VATSIM. L3 intersection, Lima 3. Oh, okay, I'm going to pass through there. I'm currently at Lima 2, northeast bound. I'm going to be on the Lima taxiway. So let's wave at each other. Is that you? Maybe? I'm not sure how it looks like. So this is Lima.
Delta 25 and 94, clear direct Phillipsburg VOR, Papa Sierra Bravo.
Yes, you can spot other players. Supposedly. That's you. I see a couple of planes there though. I do have some ground traffic, so I'm not sure which one you are. But maybe if I see you waving, I'll see it. And then let's make sure our trims are correct as well. Elevator trim, looking good, okay.
Delta 3897 request.
You're a CJ4. Still waiting your side stick. So that's you, maybe?
Delta 3897, my apologies, I was offline coordinating. Say again.
Request when you have a free minute.
Go ahead.
Just curious what star you guys are going to
That might be you. That might be.
It looks like you're flying via the Cinco 6 arrival. Do you happen to have the CIS 2 though? The CIS 2 arrival to the RNAV?
I do have the CIS 2. Would you rather me fly that?
Yeah, if you're able to, you're cleared to Atlanta Airport now, direct
You see me. Oh, that's great.
to
That
CIS
is
and the
great.
CIS 2 arrival. Just maintain flight level 340
So
for
it
now.
does work, huh? Cool.
Wilco, clear to Atlanta via the CIS 2 arrival.
Alright,
We'll
let's turn on
maintain
our flight
level
directors, go
340
to heading mode, flight level change,
Delta
240.
3897 back correct, and you are clear direct CIS at this time.
Correct. Yeah. Direct CIS 3897.
Atlanta Center, American 208 is holding short, 18 left.
Honk honk.
Direct 208,
Exactly.
Atlanta Center Roger, fly heading. Correction, fly. Heading 140, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
18 left, clear for takeoff, heading 140, American 208.
It's a very long taxiway. We're nearing the end though. So I'm just going to taxi to the end, turning left.
American 855, descend and maintain 4,000, fly heading 120, vector to final.
Yes, some of them do, although some
4,000
surprisingly
and,
don't.
120.
They just let the
855.
their speed take care of washing the water
Center
away.
November 13 Gulf Sierra.
November 13 Gulf Sierra, land center, go ahead.
And 13 Gulf Sierra, Cessna 150.
KGSP.
Flight following to Chattanooga.
Yeah, it's super cool, isn't it?
4,000.
So I really love getting into VATSIM, although I'm super nervous every time.
Number
I try
13
to
Gulf
get in.
Sierra, squawk 2060.
2060, 13 Gulf Sierra.
Alright, let's hold short here. I'll prepare my stuff and I will get back in touch with the controller. The King Air doesn't do anything. That sucks. I heard there's a
Delta
lot of
3897, descend at pilot's
not
discretion,
working
maintain
on
level
the King
240.
Okay,
Down to
let's make sure
240,
I have
38
everything
now.
set here. Landing lights, strobes.
Atlanta Center, Delta 72.
What was that I clicked? Strobes.
Delta 72 routing.
Anything else I'm missing? The heaters. Yes, the heaters.
Cessna 13 Gulf Sierra, radar contact 6 miles southeast of Nashville, VOR, altitude indicates 4,500. Proceed on course and maintain VFR. The Chattanooga altimeter is 3011.
3011, position check, 13 Gulf Sierra.
Delta 1634, Lima airspace to the west, Memphis Center is closed, frequency change approved, good night.
Going into contact ATC, have a great night.
See you.
Center citation 8757 Victor, ready for departure, runway 22.
Station 8757 Victor, fly, runway heading, runway 22, clear for takeoff, winds 180 at 5.
Runway heading cleared for takeoff, runway 22. 8757 Victor. Nice. So runway heading is 218, so we'll just keep that in. And then, what do I do next? That's a good question. We'll see later. We'll figure it out as we go, guys. We'll figure it out as we go. Thanks, Leonidas. I sure hope so. Winds, there are no winds right now, so off we go.
Atlanta Center, American 208, 6,000 for 8,000.
Takeoff thrust is set.
X208 radar contact, clear at Kilns, climb maintain 16,000.
16,000, American 208.
X208, clear direct Kilns.
Clear direct camp,
V1,
208.
rotate. Oh, that's heavy. My goodness.
Airborne time log.
Positive rate, gear up.
X354, fly heading 100, descend and maintain 6,000, vector to final.
Flaps up. Yo, damper on. I'll have to turn on autopilot soon because I will be too hectic otherwise once they start giving me instructions.
American 855, fly heading 150, intercept the 18 center localizer.
Autopilot.
Heading 150 to intercept the localizer, 855.
Station 8757 Victor, radar contact 3 miles southwest of the Greer Airport at 4,000. Climb maintain 10,000.
Climb and maintain 10,000, 8757 Victor.
Delta 3897, descend via assist to arrival, the Atlanta altimeter 3014.
He said
Down by
10.
assist to arrival, 3094.
One
That's
second.
3014, 3014.
301.
Oh crap, going beyond
American
250
208,
knots.
climb maintain, level 350.
350,
10,000,
American
right?
208.
Cleared.
American 855, Charlotte Airport, 12 o'clock at 12 miles.
Sir, we're looking for the field off to establish on the localizer, 855.
Atlanta Center, Delta 3806, checking in at flight level 350.
This jet is super fast. It gets quite confusing. Can hardly admire the view
Delta
outside.
3806, Atlanta Center, squawk 2030.
2030, Delta 3806.
Station 57 Victor, turn right heading 330.
Right heading 330. 57 Victor.
Center American A55, we have to film inside.
American A55, clear visual approach, my 18 Center.
330.
Clear for the visual, 18 Center American A55.
Perfect. And we can continue the climb. Let's give it around 85%.
American 354 to set and maintain 4000.
So now we are intercepting our flight plan. That's good.
Delta 3806, you have a stuck microphone.
Way autopilot turns sometimes think it's a bit too much. Oftentimes I find it's okay.
American
30
354,
degrees,
American to set and maintain 4000.
30-degree bank I think is normal. 25 to 30 should be okay for
American
30. I think is for
855,
smaller
runway 18
ones.
Center, clear to land when calm.
Clear to land, 18 Center
Too
American
violent of a
A55.
turn.
Station 57 Victor, clear direct volunteer VOR, Victor X-ray Victor, climb maintain flight level 380.
Climb and maintain flight level 380 direct to Victor X-ray Victor 757 Victor. Lots of Victors in there.
Delta 3806, your radar contact 28 miles northwest of the Choo-Choo VOR, maintain flight level 350.
Right, so 380 on the
Maintain flight level
altitude.
350, Delta 3806.
Continue that
Delta
climb all the way
3806,
through.
clear direct use.
And then
Clear direct
over
use of the 3806.
here, we need to go direct. Victor X-ray Victor is what they told us. Execute. It actually works, and then we'll go to nav mode so that it will follow the flight plan. Perfect. Perfect. It works.
American
10,000
354,
feet.
South Douglas Airport, 3 o'clock and 13 miles, advisory against
Have to
field
make sure
inside.
to turn off the landing
American
lights.
354, turn right heading 150, clear visual approach, runway 18 left.
All those Victors confused me. I know, right? The same with me. Too many Victors. There you go. Landing lights are off. We're safe for now. And then I can actually put this to around 95% in one, I think. I'm pushing on my throttle. That should be okay, I think. Around that point. For the faster climb. And then we'll maintain 240 on the speed here. Actually, so far I might be jinxing it, but so far I haven't gotten the dolphin dance yet.
Delta
not that
2594,
intense.
Lima Aerospace, City Center closed, frequency change approved, good night.
Oh no, it's closing. Don't leave us. It's a great guy. 1164. On nav 1 and nav 2. That is the Victor X-ray Victor VOR. He told us something, the name, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, that's the one. Am I actually on the wrong one? FMS should be. Maybe I was on the wrong one all throughout. Anyway, it looks good now.
American 354, wind calm, runway 18 left, clear to land.
Why is the VOR flipping like that? That looks dizzy.
Atlanta Center, Delta 3806, step away for about 5-10 minutes. We'll call one back.
Delta 3806 as approved, let me know when you're
Gonna
ready.
set a new speed record? I hope so, but I think the winds are against me, man. We are headed west, should be headed east.
American A55, welcome to Charlotte, exit left when able, ground point 9, good night.
Welcome back, Scotsman.
Exit when able, and we'll go over to the ground. Thank you very much. Have a good night. A55.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. I really want to learn how to fly this plane. It's so advanced, but it can be quite fulfilling. Very close to an airliner actually. Not the size, but the systems definitely. And it is polished enough thanks to the working title group. Looking good there. I think I can leave that be. So yeah, guys. Alright, I think I have a few... we're reaching 18,000 feet here, so we should be able to move to standard baro. Does the clicking work? It does work. Nice. 299er2. Let's also set the standard baro here. Okay, so continue your climb. So yes, guys, I have a few things planned for the channel.
American right, leave airspace, Washington Center closed, frequency change approved, good night.
I hope to share it in the coming days, but wish me luck, and I will share with you guys more details as soon as I can. Actually, I think I'll need to work on it as soon as I finish the stream. But if everything goes well, we should be in for a treat. You know, it's a bit of a teaser, but hang tight. 78 miles.
Delta 72, Rowdy, leave airspace, shortly Washington Center closed, frequency change approved, good night.
That would be ideal downtown, yes. Actually, I think TT Fang was planning on making one for the CJ4 really. I just told him no rush. And then immediately after I went to fly the jet.
And Center 13 Golf Sierra, I'd like to pick up IFR to Chattanooga.
Why did we stop climbing? Oh, I think this is one of the known problems. Normally, they
Just
said...
13 Golf Sierra, Roger, clear to Chattanooga Airport via direct, maintain 5,000.
Normally,
clear Chattanooga via direct 5,000.
The FADEC,
1 Golf.
the plane should be smart enough. So they have this, what they call the FADEC, which is responsible for the engine, for like determining how much the engine is output is, basically. So even though your throttle is on a, sorry for the shaking, even though your throttle is not moving, your N1 is changing constantly depending on the need. So it's smart enough. So normally you wouldn't need to fiddle with the throttle as much,
Charlotte, exit right when able, grounds point 9
because the FADEC would do that for you. It would increase its power so you climb at a proper rate and stuff like that. But that is not yet implemented in the plane. So I think there is an advice from the working title group that when you reach a certain altitude, you actually might need to go full throttle, as in for takeoff, which normally you wouldn't do. But to attain the same climb rates as in the real plane, you would have to do it temporarily at the higher flight levels, I think.
Delta 3897, contact Atlanta approach 127.9, good day.
Over to approach, thank you, sir.
Maybe that's a different Leroy. Yeah, he's been super active on Discord. Thanks for helping manage the VA. It's amazing having you guys around.
Station 57, Victor, I should have given you this earlier. Clear direct Nashville, Bravo November Alpha.
Clear direct Nashville, Bravo November Alpha, 757 Victor, thank you. Cool. So, yeah, I really like the controller because he spells out the VOR. Otherwise, I would have no idea which one he's referring to. Yeah, how would you get Nashville from that, right? So thankfully he does that for us. There you go. Direct Nashville, and that works. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's go full toga here. Very nice. Let's continue our climb to 380.
Center United 606, good evening, climbing to flight level 140.
No worries, Tom.
United
yes,
606,
that's true, downtown. You did do the first job.
370.
You barely earned any money from it, personally.
Climbing to 370, United 606, heavy.
Thank you for your sacrifice. No worries, Tom. No big deal. Just chill and enjoy the stream. This flight is specifically for you anyway, so enjoy. So in terms of the flight plan, we're deviating a bit from the original one because we've been cleared direct to Nashville here. So we're saving up a bit. We don't have to do that turn. We can go direct. So it's a bit of a time saver. And that's actually great when working with real people as controllers because they can offer shortcuts when the traffic is not with traffic permitting, basically. And now we are starting to get the dolphin dance. I think the dolphin dance on this plane specifically is more apparent on the higher flight levels. In the TBM, it was more apparent in the lower ones as you're climbing. So we'll see how stable it is. Right, so I should probably track Nashville instead, 114.1 on the nav.
Atlanta Center, 306 back.
Delta 3806, right.
Does it accept 1141? It doesn't, okay.
Why don't you give Delta 3897 a difficult approach?
I tell him the approach control frequency. I'm not talking to him anymore.
Alright, sounds good. Company traffic.
Who was he telling to give a hard approach to? They probably know each other. What a meanie. Your first VATSIM flight, they asked you to go direct.
Squawk 2073.
And you didn't want to go up and crash, messing with the flight
Squawk
plan.
2073, United 606.
So you declined and then crashed anyway. Yeah, I think they're pretty used to people in flights in 2020 crashing by now.
Center, good evening, climb maintain, credible 350.
It would be interesting to know the stats there, right? Like 20, 50, 50. How many percentage, how much of the Flight Sim 2020 guys are finishing their flights? Did you get the same, how did your sim crash? Was it in the MFD, the touchscreen controls thing? Or a different cause? Class B airspace Nashville. Probably. Let's have a look at Little Navmap. Let's turn on the airspaces.
606, I gotta change your squawk code one more time for some reason. Recycle your transponder, squawk 2043, 2043.
Looks like it's Class Charlie.
2043, United 606.
Cessna 3 Golf Sierra advised when you have the weather for Chattanooga, the altimeter is 3011. You can plan a visual approach for now. If you'd like another approach, it's fine.
3011, and we'll let you know when we get the weather, when Golf Sierra.
Oh, Dolphin Dance is starting. I spoke too soon. And look at the winds. The winds are definitely against us. So look at this. Little Navmap, you have the wind information from the sim. So it's telling us. So we are headed westbound, right? You see the plane headed west to the left. And you see the wind coming from the west. So it's head on towards us. And that's 70 knots, more or less. So if we look at the plane here, it's not going to be a pretty sight. So our true airspeed is 392.
Aircraft has its weather information, go back to Sigma 3, send out until
but our ground speed is only 337.
For Georgia, Alabama, further information available
so
on
that
flight
means we have a headwind of like 60, almost 60 knots. That means we're slower by 60 knots than normal because of all those winds. So yeah, not going to break any records today, unfortunately. But hopefully, eventually, we'll see. Maybe when I'm headed west. What do the red squares mean? You mean in the map a while ago? So you have different airspaces on different areas. In bigger cities, in bigger airports, you have a more restricted airspace. And these just highlight which airspace that is depending on the color. Red is class Echo here. The blue one is class Charlie, I think.
And Center 1 Golf Sierra's got information Mike can try to
And this purple is class Bravo, I think. Yeah, class Bravo. Looks good. Oh, red squares mean on the engine. Which one? You mean here? But that's orange. But that's that one. The orange one is ITT. So this is the temperature of the engine, and it shouldn't go beyond those levels. Actually looks pretty cold. I wonder if that's proper, because on the TBM at this point you would probably be around 800 degrees Celsius, more or less. Sorry, my bad. I did something wrong. I was fiddling with the controls and now it's getting confused with me. Nashville is a class Bravo. Ah. The winds can be good on the engine. Well, it helps cool them off, I guess, in a way, because there's more air coming in. Actually, when you're starting the engine, ideally you should be facing the wind because it helps cool them down. Oftentimes when it's the same direction as the wind, like the opening of the engine is facing away from where the wind is coming from, that's more likely to cause like overheat and stuff. Hot start. I think 0.64 was our ideal Mach for flight level change, but now we're at altitude, so we don't really need that, so I can actually lower now my thrust here to climb the tent. Looks good. Yeah, I really hope. I think that's what they were trying to fix. If I were to guess, they were probably trying to fix it and they broke something in the process, so they decided to postpone the update today, which is actually very mature of them. I'm happy that they did that. Otherwise, it would be pretty frustrating. We wouldn't be doing this stream today, I think.
Good evening, it's JetBlue 753 flight.
Let's have a look at the
JetBlue 753 Lansing, good evening, squawk 2050.
Fantastic, that's us. 8757 Victor, what's happening?
Coming down for you now.
Honda Center, good evening, this is Alaska Cargo 5741, would you fly level 280?
Huge pocket of air. So that's us. We'll be crossing over soon, going past. Unfortunately, Memphis is gone offline.
Cargo 5741, Alliance Center, good evening, radar contact, descend
so
maintain, level 240.
Well, that might actually be,
actually
be good for us, because I think we'll have to fast forward this a bit, because
JetBlue
that's where we're going.
Contact 3 miles south, Greensboro, maintain level 360.
And we are very far away from it still. So I don't think we'll make it in time. But I think we can. What we can do is have a look here. Let me fiddle with the MFD a bit. There should be a way. I think this one, passenger briefing.
That's going to be Atlanta Tower 119.1.
Is that one? Or is it FMS text, I think?
They signed off, so
There you go. Perfect.
it's going to be Atlanta approach on 127.
So here we see the ETA. I think this is accurate. So it's going to be 1 hour before we arrive at our destination given our flight plan. And then we'll have 4,860 pounds of fuel left at that point. I love this progress page because this is exactly what you see in like the jets like this, like in Premier 1 P1D's YouTube. He flies a Premier 1.
You're still on the center, sir. You need to flip the frequency to 12749.
What's the aircraft called? Premier 1A? It has similar avionics, I think. A Pro line or something. My bad. There you go.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? That's from the mod.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Ideally, the fuel has been fixed as well with one of the recent patches by Working Title. I think they managed to fix the fuel flow already, but I'm just not 100% sure if that is in effect. That's why I put in so much fuel, because I didn't want to risk it. I think I hid my yoke by accident. If we go for system in here, the fuel flow pounds per hour is 446. I'm not sure if that is within the specification of the real plane, but I think that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to match it, and they said that they managed it from what I remember. If you speed up, would you get there faster? Yes. If I push on the throttle more, yes. We'll burn more fuel though, so it is going to be more expensive for the airline. So instead, I think I'll speed time up. An announcement plays Jack vapes. No vaping on board. Eject. There's an eject button there somewhere. On Jack's seat. So we'll probably wait until we go outside the coverage for center, and then once we switch to Unicom, we'll just log off of VATSIM and accelerate the time. But we'll try to stay here as much as we can so that we can hear the nice radio communications from the players. What the heck is that? Fort Bush. So many emotes. Fuel burn is a whole lot better than before. Ah, that's great to hear. Yeah, they said they did fix it. Working Title is amazing. All the mods I'm using are from them. The G1000 mod, where I enjoy the Bonanza thanks to them, and thanks to and there's also separate Bonanza fixes, but the G1000 is a huge part of it. They also made the G3000 mod. That's why I love flying the TBM even more. Oh, the Track Up, the Boeing Banana, you guys remember? And now here, the CJ4. That's all Working Title.
Sir, good evening, Delta 1500, 14000.
Fortnite streamer, yeah, maybe. You struggle with that.
Delta 1500 Atlanta Center. Good evening, climb and maintain flight level 300.
300, Delta 1500.
If today you see it's a mess, even more yesterday. It was shameful.
Cargo 70, correction, 5741, descend via the Sith 2 arrival, Atlanta Altimeter 3014.
That I was mentioning with you guys.
Okay, we'll descend via the Sith 2 arrival,
I shouldn't have passed, in all honesty.
5741.
I passed it somehow. But yeah, pretty interesting. But yeah, the video from Working Title is super useful. It's 2 hours long though, and it adds so many details. Like, because the guy behind, one of the members of the Working Title group is a real pilot, and he flew the CJ4 for 2 years. So he really has a lot of input, and he is even going into the detail of like, oh, this button is supposedly it's doing this and that, and normally we put it like this, and this one we don't really use it, or this one is not in the same, but in reality this is how it looks. that video. If you want to check that out as well, I can post it in Discord, but it's also in the mods list basically. If you go to the working title page, this one.
This alert is 5741 on Westpac, runway 995 for London.
And they
There's 5741. That'll be up to the approach control. But
I think
as
demo
right now, just
video
follow the
is
instructions on the
only
front page of the fifth arrival form,
0.6.0,
please.
but they have
Alright,
video on the
thank
same
you.
channel, the 2-hour video sharing all those details. I haven't finished it yet. That's why my knowledge is half-baked. So, work in progress. The longitude is supposed to fly 3,000. You know what I hate about it? As the situation is right now, the premium planes are actually the most mediocre ones. Mainly because they are out of reach from our community, from the modders. So the modders cannot do anything about them because the files are locked. So they are default Asobo, and default Asobo at this point is very raw. These planes that we're flying right now, they're good because the
Delta
community
1500
has
clear
access
Dolly.
to them. So they can tweak them manually. The premium planes,
Dolly.
the deluxe, the premium deluxe,
Oh, 1500 affirmative.
like the longitude,
Okay, direct Dolly
those
for
are out
Delta
of reach.
1500. Thank you.
So no matter how interested our modders are, they cannot change the files,
or part?
which absolutely sucks. At the very least, they should find a way to make that accessible. I don't know how, but
Definitely like Dolly Parton since it's up in near the Knoxville area.
Knoxville.
thanks, Jack. Yeah. Filling in the gaps from Alex. Is Alex trucking? What have you guys been busy with recently? Well, my answer you guys probably know already. I've been stuck in flight sim mostly. Enjoying the VA with the guys. Really enjoying the community we are building with the VA guys. So happy to have so many active
And Center 1 Golf Sierra,
players.
I'd like to cancel IFR, we'll go VFR.
Initially, I thought
No one Golf Sierra, Roger. You
it
looking to
wouldn't
continue with flight
change
following
much,
or
but
just terminate?
it's much more exciting this way.
Now we'll
loving
go ahead
it.
and terminate completely for 1 Golf Sierra.
So one Golf
Definitely.
Sierra, Roger. And your radar service is terminating. Squawk VFR. IFR cancellation received. Frequency change to advise your approved. Take care.
I know, right, Rohan?
Squawk VFR, change to advisory here. 1 Golf
It's
Sierra.
great to see. I love the way the clouds just gradually move. And you know that they're not static because they move at a different pace from land there. So like the clouds move a bit faster.
057 Victor, Memphis Center unfortunately is offline. Your radar service has terminated. Frequency change to advisory approved. Take care.
Frequency change approved. 757 Victor, thank you for the help.
Hello.
Good, so let's switch to 122.8. We'll probably not stay here anyway, but just... There you go. I'll actually just disconnect now, since we don't have coverage anyway. Okay, I've disconnected from VATSIM, so now we can step it up. I'll accelerate the sim. 1, 2. Oh my goodness, it's scary. If you got dolphin dancing before, how much more now? Seatbelts on. Okay, seatbelts on, guys. Hang tight. It's going to be pretty rocky here. Alright, so while that's happening, hopefully that stays intact longer. Nashville, direct, 30 left. Let me double check how the weather is like at the airport. Plane is twerking. Whee! It got too rocky with time acceleration. Oh really? What penalty did you get? For me, with twice acceleration, hitting the increased sim rate twice is okay, mostly. I haven't gotten a penalty there yet. Alright, let's look at the weather at St. Louis. Let's have a look at the status here. 1 hour 5. Oh, this is so nice. Yeah, this calculation is so nice. You know that manual calculation that we have because we don't have VNav yet, where you need to find like how many miles you are away from your destination? Well, that is perfect. You see that exactly here. So you know exactly when you need to descend. Okay, what's happening now? Excess G-forces. Oh, when it rocks so much, I see. Crap. I might get that soon. I have a feeling. Okay, so let's see how this works. It says we should have 17.11 gross weight by the time we land. So let's double check that. Let's set up the approach. Probably a bit early, but better early than nothing. Alright, so it's Kilo Charlie Papa Sierra. Wind is 1 at 6. Outside air temperature is 4. Wow, it's pretty cold. And altimeter is 3021. There you go. And then we have the V speeds. Landing weight, as it's saying, is that's interesting. Max landing weight should be 15,660, but we're actually at 16,481. Crap. That might be a bit sketchy. Which is a bit different. Here it says the gross weight would be 17.11 by the time we land. Here it's 16.4. Maybe that's a bit inconsistent because of all the time acceleration we're doing. So maybe we should do this once we're starting our descent. Let's delay that. Fuel dump time. Is it possible to dump fuel here in this plane? Is that a feature? How? Some planes don't allow it. Like in the 737, I don't think you can dump fuel. Our VA accountant says no. No, the 737 doesn't have it. It depends, I think, if there's a large inconsistency or discrepancy between the takeoff weight and the landing weight. Like if you have to land immediately after you take off, then they would need like a way to dump fuel. But like for the 737, from what I've seen, the takeoff weight and the landing weight is very close to each other, so the dump fuel feature isn't really that necessary. Although in our case, it does seem necessary. Welcome back, by the way, Watch Duke City. Rohan has 2 mouths confirmed. Pepsi or Coke? Oh, I have a photo of pizza. I was able to take a photo of it as I was devouring it. I remembered last weekend. I'll share it with you guys in the food channel. St. Louis is part of 2 states. Oh, I didn't. Which states are those? One of my friends, my thesis mate actually, I think he's living in St. Louis right now. That's where he's working. Is St. Louis the one with the arch? I think that's the famous thing, right? Okay. Crap. I just noticed that the autopilot was in roll mode. That is one of the bugs they say in this plane. Sometimes when you go direct, it goes to roll mode. Okay, let's plug in the frequencies here. ILS 30 left and the airport. I'll show it to you in a bit. Let's compute our top of descent first though. So if we are at 38,000, we need to descend to is this the right one? 1 second. Ibope, okay, right. Why does that look different? 1 second. Right, okay. We just have a VOR before that. But yes, the approach is starting from Ibope. Ibope. I don't know how Americans read it, but I'm going to call it Ibope. So that's 2,200. And 2,200 is... So 38,000 minus 2,000 is 36,000. Cut the zeros off, so that's 36 times 3, 72 plus 30. Wait a minute, I got lost. Again. 38,000 minus 2 is 36,000 times 2 is 72 plus 36. 72 plus 36 is 108. So when we are 108 miles from the airport, right now we're at 196, we should start descending. I think. Yes, that's the plan. We'll see if that works later on. So we still have like 100 miles to go, so we'll continue on. In the meantime, let's brief the approach. So we'll be coming from the Echo November Lima VOR. That's from here somewhere. Doesn't show. 115.0. We'll be headed west 270 degrees, direct to Ibope. And in this one, there's a procedure turn as well. But I am pretty confident that this is going to be a direct entry. Direct entry is basically not doing any like U-turns. And for us, if we've been cleared to the ILS approach, we just have to pass through Ibope and head straight on, intercept the localizer here. So no need for the fancy turns, assuming we got our ILS approach clearance. So we'll do that for in the essence of time. Talking about pizza, I saw a new one. Sticky Cola Chicken Pizza. How does that even work? Is there actually Coca-Cola in the pizza inside? That sounds a bit scary. Lewis is a bi-state metropolitan area that completely surrounds and includes the independent city of St. Louis, Missouri, and Illinois. I see. Interesting. The Gateway Arch. Okay, that's the one. That's the only thing I'm familiar with St. Louis. Alright, so let's set the minimums here, because last time I was not able to set it. Before we forget. Ay. 1 second, guys, huh? Trying to look for that window. Okay, I'll just zoom in there. So we want to set the minimums. That's probably in the PFD. Where is it? Refs menu. There we go, minimums. See it? It's in the bottom. Baro, pick that. And we should set it at 612. Let's put it 620. I love that I'm not accidentally going to zoom in anymore. If you guys watched the video yesterday for the accidental zooming, I told you guys about the refs menu 620. Do we see that here somewhere? Well, I hope it is active somehow. Okay. Well, yeah, the refs, the zooming, I changed it since yesterday in the video. I moved it to my middle mouse button. Shunix commented in the video. He told me middle mouse is actually more natural. I tried it and it does work more natural. So you press on the middle mouse and then zoom. But when you don't press on the mouse and move the mouse wheel, it doesn't zoom. So you can freely adjust your knobs without risk of accidental zooming. Very, very helpful trick. This is why I love reading the YouTube comments despite some of the toxic stuff there. There are a lot of nice people, very helpful people. Kinda like Kansas City and Cincinnati. Lots of beer in St. Louis too. Oh, I like that. LA Dodgers. I don't even know what kind of team that is. What sport is that? The new I see you watch the video. 1 second, I'll show you. You don't remember seeing any toxic stuff in you. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, in the flight sim videos, it's not as much. So this is the PSU. It's super heavy. 850 WATSIM Sonic. Nothing fancy. 80 plus gold. Not high end or anything, but I think it has very good reviews. And because our camera isn't reversed anymore, you should be able to read that properly, although it's a very small size. But yeah, kinda excited to install it, but only when the video card is here. Right? I probably won't install the PSU without the video card. It's a bit of a waste. All that effort for no additional performance. By the way, what do you guys think about 3070? And crap, I missed my top of descent. Too busy. What did you compute? 108, right? Okay, so we have to descend faster, a bit faster. Let's do this. VS. Blame Rohan. Nah, kidding. 2,200, I think. Yes. VS it down. Pull back on the throttle, go full idle. We might need to even use speed brakes here, which is cool. Also, I wanted to test something, so I have my speed brakes in here. Oh my goodness, look at those clouds, guys, so good. This isn't even with ultra settings yet. So what I wanted to test was the speed brakes. If I do that, speed brakes, normally that shouldn't be possible in flight. Those three panels that you see that rose up, those shouldn't be possible while you're flying, because there is a detent in here. But yeah, there's like a flight detent where only that single panel would rise up, and then the three panels would only rise up when you're landing, when you've landed, because otherwise it would be not safe for use in flight or airborne. But yeah, just a bit more inconsistency in there. Let's make that a bit sharper. Okay, let's compute 35,000 feet, 2,000 feet, so 33, 66, 99. We're 84. Okay, we have to steepen it down, guys. 1 second, I'll get back to you in a bit. Let's go 3,000 VS. Really dive for it. Clip. Currently planning on getting 3070 for your nephew. I think that's the absolutely amazing value, especially compared with the 2080 Ti. Matches and sometimes even beats the 2080 Ti for less than half the cost. Yeah, exactly. The only thing you can complain about is the availability, as always, right? $3080 should be what you'll get instead of a 2080. Yeah. Especially if you're getting it by next year, a 3080 is what I would recommend. Okay, let's do a check. 32,030 should be 90 miles. Still a bit far, so we'll need to steepen the climb a bit more. 3,500, is that safe? Let's go in. Bring up the speed brakes a bit, like that. Slow us down. There we go. And I'll keep my hand here on the speed brakes. I think this is standard operating procedure, at least in 737. So you don't forget that you have speed brakes on. Keep your other hand there. But my goodness, these clouds. I wonder how these will look in Ultra, huh? I never thought my GPU would be able to handle these kinds of beautiful clouds. Alright, downtown. No worries, man. 1080 Ti, yeah, that's powerful card. MSFS in Arma 3. Hey Bulldog, yes indeed, not a TBM this time. Getting into jets for a change. We had VATSIM coverage a while ago, but we went out of their coverage, so I just disconnected. You have a 2080, oh man. You already. I'm not sure if that translates. We have a Filipino like slang term phrase, which literally translates to you already, but I don't think the message is received. Oh my goodness, going through clouds, this is beautiful. Okay, let's do a check. 25,000 down to 2,000. We need 23, 46, 69 kilometers. 16. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close because we're diving fast here. We're getting close to the ideal descent rate. That's good. Man, that is lovely. Look at that. What's the temperature outside? Negative 21. Might be into icing conditions here. I might need to enable anti-ice. Also, someone told me on YouTube, I think he's a real pilot, has plenty of hours in experience. Did you guys know that at negative 40 degrees Celsius, icing doesn't occur anymore? And don't ask me about the details, but something around the consistency of the water or something, that it doesn't ice anymore beyond negative 40. I found that very interesting. Okay, say 21,000 down to 2,000 is 19 times 3, 38, 48, 57. Oh, there we go. We can stow the speed brakes now. Can descend 200 knots maybe, 200. Yeah, probably like 15 feet per minute. Oh, there we go. Icing starting to happen. Very subtle, but it's there, definitely. On the wings, we do have something as well. Yeah, definitely starting to ice here. Let's go and get some anti-ice going. Anti-ice on the wing and engine. And tail. Oh, that's not implemented. Does that work? Oh, there we go. That was powerful anti-ice. Need a new monitor. Oh yes, your 2070 Super is asking for it. Fingers crossed you can order a 3070 in the next few days. Yeah, I think so. When is it going to be released officially? Does anyone know? Altimeter 3021. Let's set that up here. And as we cross 18,000 feet, try that again. 18,000, 2,000 would be 16,000 times 3 is what? 64? No, 48. Yeah, we don't need to descend that fast. So 2,200 knots, we need to only descend at 1,000 feet per minute. So I can actually speed up here, so we get faster to our destination. Nice. We're actually approaching that VOR already. Let's tune that in. 115.0 on nav 2. And on nav 1, let's plug in the ILS. And I forgot to do my performance calculations again. Let's do that now. 17.11 gross weight still. I think that's wrong, but we'll see what we can get. No winds. outside air temperature is still 4 degrees, 3021 still. Yeah, that's fine. Let's make that work. 125 approach speed, 118 VREF. So we do have the VOR now. We have passed the VOR. Now we're headed straight to the ILS. We should capture the ILS soon. Slow it down. You got Navigraph. That is amazing. Yeah, it will change your flight simming experience once you get Navigraph. I got it for a year. I've extended a few months ago, so this is my second year into Navigraph already. No regrets. No, I haven't installed the PSU yet. I'll install it when there's the GPU to go with it. So I do it in one shot. Oh yeah, good call. Landing lights. Thank you. .330. Yeah, 3 degree. The 3 degree descent is a bit different calculated, I think. So the working title group has a document for it to guide us. It's basically airspeed divided by 5, I think, or times 10. But you basically cut your speed in half. So that's divided by 2. And then multiply it by 10. There we go. So airspeed divided by 2 multiplied by 10 is basically airspeed times 5. That's your ideal descent rate for the speed you're going. Let's descend here slower. My goodness, the weather here is bad, huh? Full IFR now. Full IMC. Yeah, working title is the one who did the mod. It's amazing. Navigraph? Oh yes, super. Yeah, I love looking at the charts like that. Just looks so professional. Exactly like the ones that the real pilots use. I suggested to Little Navmap creator to include some chart support there, but he was not very happy with it. He was happy enough to keep the existing feature. I would have hoped it was included because it's really immersive looking at the charts. Static air temperature is -1. What is RAT, guys? What is R80? And how different is that from S80, static air temperature? Terrain. Please no. Scene Toolkit Pro includes some charts. Yeah, well, I do have the charts, but it's in a different app. In Sim Toolkit Pro I tried, but it's not as flexible as Little Navmap. You know, like having the capability of changing a waypoint and approach at will and choosing one. And yeah, the flight planning in this Little Navmap tool is just completely different level for me. 11,000, thank you for the reminder. Let's turn on our landing lights. I hope I clicked the right button. Seatbelt still on, guys. Let's slow down here. We are nearing the final approach course. Chart overlay. Oh yes, definitely. So final approach fix is 302, or final approach course rather. Let's use the knob here, 302. There you go. I love those subtle looking clouds there. (10 degrees). RAM air temperature. So I think we can get rid of the anti-ice now. That should give us a bit more performance. Minimum altitudes for the legs. Oh yeah, that's true. It shows you in the the flight plan elevation, right? That red line. Very clear to see. There's the flight plan. Yeah, that's the final approach course. So we should get... Let's see, how far away are we from the airport? 30... So 8,000... Need to descend to 2,000, 6,000, 18 miles. Yeah, we'll be there, no problem. We'll be there very quick, actually. I think we can actually shallow down the descent here. Then target 200 knots here. That's more like it. What's interesting is this user waypoint. Ideally, it should be from the VOR we were from, direct Ebope, but there's this user waypoint that I don't really understand. Anyway, it all ends on the same point, so shouldn't be a problem. Sim Toolkit Pro, Little Navmap merge. Oh yeah. I think the one that I can use from Sim Toolkit Pro is the streamer tools. You know, the origin, destination, and the different stats on the stream. And I can show it on screen. That might be able to help. 600 waypoints now. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing, Zarf. World Tour. So we do have the minimum set. I was expecting it to be visible here somewhere. It's there, Barrow 620. I wonder if we need to turn that on somehow. When is Among Us stream? Ask Alex. If you convince Alex, I'm game. You found it from my YouTube vid. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm always trying to promote Little Navmap because it's such an amazing tool. Like, we don't really know each other, me and the author, but I really like his work. Jack will be able to convince. That's a done deal. Yeah, I'm game. Just don't use the trick like, oh, Clumsy already agreed. So that Alex will agree. And then you'll tell me, oh, Alex already agreed. Textbook trick. Come on, ILS. 109.1. Yes, that is the correct frequency. He's already set up for it. Is there something you need to set up for it? Okay, there it is. Ebope. Actually, can I not just go direct Ebope? Oh yeah, I cannot. That's one of the limitations, I think. The flight planning, because of the FS 2020 limitations, you cannot jump to a specific waypoint in the approach. Like, you can't skip legs of the approach. You have to do the entire thing. Why do I feel like I'm high? And no, in terms of altitude. Just to be clear. Should be at 2,200 by then. And 2,100 by Acor. Yeah, let's catch up to it. I think I did it incorrectly. I didn't take into account the miles from this waypoint. I only used when I got to the airport itself. Okay, there it is, the ILS. The localizer has been detected. India Charlie Papa Sierra, exactly, that's the one. So let's switch to localizer. ILS 1, there we go. Now the plane is going to follow that. Perfect. We get some speed brakes in so we can slow down a bit. You weren't on your Wi-Fi. That might be problematic, huh? Sorry guys for the twitching. $2,100 by that next waypoint. Can we do it? Acor. I think we can. I'm seeing land. Alright, there is a little bit of visibility at least. Drink. No more drink. I've used them all up. Okay. Flaps 1 notch. Will your data plan hate you for it? Okay, missed approach procedure. Climb to 1400, then climbing left turn to 2200 on heading 080. Okay. To Ibope interchange and hold. Course 122. The chart is a bit sketchy. Okay, we did it in time, 2100, we're there. Now the glide slope is coming alive. Cool stuff. And no, we don't have visibility of the airport still. So thankfully we used an ILS approach. Minimums would be 620 if I remember correctly. Landing gear down. Lights are on. Let's turn on the logo lights as well. And the taxi lights, why not? Below 160 knots, check. Full flaps. Focusing fully on the instrumentation this time. Alright. Cannot rely on our eyes at the moment. Crap. Approach. On the approach. There we go. Glide slope. That's what I always forget. Right. Established on the ILS. Let's maintain that approach speed of what? What are our ref speeds? 125 is the approach speed. Okay, there's the runway. Alright, good. Good. Sound outside of St. Louis, yes. Right outside St. Louis. And the airport is 30 left. So we turn right whenever we can. Okay, good. Too fast. I still haven't gotten used to the mixing of the throttle yet. It gets either too fast or too slow for me. There you go. That should be the approach speed, 128 knots. Sketchy area. Looks good. Autopilot off. Oh, damper off. Go for the approach. So far so good. The wind coming from the right. Just a bit though. Just a tad, I think. I think we are properly trimmed. The speed looks stable. Approach looks stable so far. Stay with me. Yeah, St. Louis I think is that skyline on the right. You guys see it? Right on the glide slope. Trying to catch up to it. Full concentration. I'll catch up with chat in a bit. 500. Didn't tell me the minimums though. I probably didn't set it correctly. Should have called out at 620 feet. Looking good so far. Oh, good thing too low. That's more like it. It looks good. Can keep that. Looks good. After crossing the threshold, going to idle, and from here, it's bleeding off the speed. Come on. Land. Dang it. There we go. My goodness, this guy doesn't want to go.
St. Louis downtown.
Spoilers deployed. Where are we? It's a fairly short runway, 7,000 feet. I think we'll need some braking in here. The brakes must be getting hammered on this plane. It doesn't have reversers. The ground spoilers don't seem to be that all too useful when slowing down the plane after the landing roll, but I don't know. So the brakes must be super powerful. But close enough, I'll take it. I hope the gear is down. Thankfully, that problem doesn't happen to me often. Strobes off. Alright, where are we going? West ramp. There is a ramp here to the west. Actually, you know what? No, let's go east ramp. There's an FBO there to the right, supposedly. Let's follow that in. Heavy at the back as well. Yeah, we were doing a wheelie all throughout. Didn't want to dip down. Interesting how that works. So this is very nice actually. We got a very nice, well, it's not nice weather, but it's a good IFR landing, IFR approach. You were able to utilize the ILS approach properly. Here we are. Let's park right next to this CJ4. Can we fit there? No, let's park next to this TBM. Oh my goodness, the TBM looks so small right next to us. Where are we? Yeah, let's position ourselves right next to this guy, so we can compare the scale. Should be enough. Yeah. Parking brake set. Yeah. Look at that. It's like 3/4 size. Goodness. This plane is massive. I didn't realize. No wonder it's so expensive. Good.
Engine off time logged. End of flight. Registered in OnAir company.
Well, we did it, guys. $82 USD. In real life? Oh wow. GG. So let's have a look at the job. We used time acceleration, so we don't get the XP yet, but in terms of stats, yeah, the only penalty we had was the more than 250 under 10,000. It's very easy to overspeed in this plane. I have to get used to that. But we got comfort, aircraft handling, and IMC bonus even. Nice. Now, how much did we earn there? I doubt we earned anything. Crap, we're 10 minutes late. Sorry, guys. I'll let you guys go in a bit. Oh, we don't get the job info yet because I accelerated the time. But yeah, I'll let's see if I earned anything. We can see if there is something. I don't think it registers yet. $110. No, this is not the one. Yeah, there is something else. Cool. Okay. Hubcap still on. Good landing. Well, thanks guys for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me. And yes, looking forward to the next few days. Hopefully I can show you what I've been cooking up. Have a good one. Clumsy flying, and I'll catch you guys soon. Stay safe, and yeah, catch you on Discord in the meantime. GG, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate the company. Thanks, and bye-bye. Clumsy flying.